Is the DJI Mini 2 still relevant in 2022? I think the question you need to ask yourself is, what is the purpose of you buying a drone? Likely you're a first-time buyer and you're wondering whether you should buy the Mini 3 Pro or save a few dollars and get the Mini 2. Or you own a DJI Mini 2 and you're wondering if you should upgrade to something more expensive. I've been flying DJI Mini 2 for 2 years now, and I can tell you it's such a reliable drone. It's captured some amazing shots for me and some great footage for me. Well, here are all my reasons, and I hope to help make your decision a little easier for you. Now we have to look at the notable features the Mini 3 has over the Mini 2. So let's talk about the camera first. The DJI Mini 2 and 3 can shoot at 4K 30 frames per second. Yes, the Mini 3 can shoot at 4K 60, but unless you're planning to slow the footage down, you'll be fine with 4K 30. Now, the DJI Mini 3 actually has a slightly bigger sensor and a slightly wider aperture. So unless you plan on photographing in more low light conditions or at night, then you're going to want to go for the Mini 3 Pro. Just note that when you are flying at night, it's a lot harder and there will be some restrictions in some countries. So the Mini 3 Pro can actually shoot vertical video by rotating its camera and making use of the full resolution of that camera. So if you plan on making a lot of vertical content, then yes, it does make sense. But personally, I don't think it justifies you picking up the Mini 3 Pro over the Mini 2. The Mini 2 can do just as good of a job. And the last thing to think about with the camera is that the Mini 3 Pro can shoot in D-Cine-alike. Essentially, that means if you want more control with color grading your footage, then it's something to think about. Otherwise, if you're just starting out, it's not necessary and you'll be fine with the Mini 2. Now let's talk about the sensors. The DJI Mini 2 has downward sensors only, whereas the Mini 3 Pro has forwards, backwards, and downwards. Now, this may seem like peace of mind, having those sensors to protect you, but you should be checking your surroundings anyway. You can't rely on the sensors 100%. The plus side of not having sensors is that it teaches you to fly your drone, be more control, that makes you a better pilot. So although this is a nice to have, I don't think is necessary, and most professional pilots turn those sensors off anyway. Now let's talk about intelligent flight modes. Now I would actually have some use for these. The most important for me is the tracking capabilities. As a solo creator, to be able to film myself, to have that third-person view will be very useful. Now there are third-party apps that can do this for the Mini 2, but without the sensors, you can't really have peace of mind that the drone will avoid the obstacles unless you have an open field. It kind of contradicts what I said earlier, but it's a balancing act of what features you are looking for. So these are the notable points that I think you should consider between the two drones other than price. Now let's get on to price, as this is going to be probably the main deciding factor. You can pick up a Mini 2 Fly More kit, which will include 3 batteries, carry bags, spare props, charging hub, and various connectors for $599 US, which is great value for what you get. Maybe you can save a few dollars if you can find a second-hand one from someone who's upgraded to a Mini 3 and selling their old DJI Mini 2. With the money saved, you can even pick up a set of ND filters and a micro SD card. Now with the Mini 3 Pro, there are a few options, depending if this is going to be your first drone or you're upgrading. If it's your first drone, going for the regular RC, the one without the screen, it's $759 US, and that would only come with 1 battery. If you're upgrading and using the current RC, you could pick up one for $669, and again comes with 1 battery. Realistically, you will enjoy flying the drone, and I highly recommend getting the combo kit, and this will add an extra $189 US to your total, which includes the charging hub, 2 batteries, and a carrier case. There is a plus kit, but these batteries will put you over the sub 250 gram mark. Now, if you want to pick up some ND filters, that's roughly another $50. Oh, and you will need the micro SD card, and that will be another $20. And don't forget, if you want the remote with the RC, that is extra too. The new DJI RC screen, there's only a couple advantages here for you to get one. One, it frees up your phone to film yourself when flying, and the screen won't dim. Other than like your phone, when it does get hot in hot countries, the phone will dim its brightness, making it harder to see your screen. I actually prefer flying with an iPad, so this is down to preference if you want to spend the extra money. Now here's a table summary to help make it easier to visualize all those prices and totals and what you are saving. I've included all the necessary accessories as this is what you're realistically going to purchase. Now, to simplify this a bit further, we're just going to remove the first row with the DJI Mini 2 on its own, as realistically you'll be flying with the Fly More combo. So this is a little bit easier to read, and you can see how much you're spending with each, with all the accessories including the Fly More kit, the ND filter pack and a micro SD card, and what you're saving between each pack. However, let's go one step further and then look at what's the most notable. So your first option is if you already have a DJI Mini 2 and you're wondering if you should pick up the Mini 3 with no RC, you would be saving yourself $210. The second option is if you're a new buyer and you're wondering if you should buy the DJI Mini 2 Fly More kit or the Mini 3 Fly More kit, you're saving yourself $300 by going with the Mini 2. So the only difference here is the actual drone. Is the Mini 3 worth $300 extra for those extra features that we discussed earlier? And the final option here is you'll save $450 with the Mini 2 Fly More kit compared to the Mini 3 that comes with the DJI RC, the one with the screen. If you're going to upgrade, you're looking at over $900 just to get the Mini 3 with the Fly More kit, which is a lot. You may be saving $200 not getting the RC, but is it worth it? The only way I say this is worthwhile is if you can find some kind of buy now, pay later scheme that is interest free and plan on making money to recoup the costs of the drone. However, if we compare this to our smartphones, for instance, most of us upgrade our phones every 2 or 3 years. I would say if you're on a tight budget, get the DJI Mini 2 Fly More kit. It's more than capable to capture photo and video. If, however, you have $900+ to spend, I would buy the DJI Mini 3 Pro over the Mini 2 Pro. However, what I would do is find a buy now, pay later scheme with 0% interest. I mean, that's how I would do it. Anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. What drone do you currently fly and why? And if I've missed anything, let me know. Remember to give this video a like, subscribe for future videos on drone tech and vlogs. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Peace.